So, over the last month or so, I got a bunch of boxes from CGC. Some modern comics, some older ones. I'm not sure I'm going to be happy, but let's see how it goes. Stay tuned for the video. Anachronic. Hi, comic book guys and gals. I'm Joe, and welcome again to Anachronic Comics. So, this is a CGC video. Now, what I did over the last few months is send in some comic books, some more modern ones, one that was part of the comics my mom let me keep, and a couple of others that I picked up along the way. So I did peek at the grades, and there's one that I'm a little bit leery of, but I want to take a look and see what, if any, graders' notes there are. So let's start off. The first one is, and I did open up the boxes already, so I'll just take it apart now and we'll take a look. So the first one has to do with a book that I picked up from my collection that I wanted. I paid a decent price for it, and I'm really happy with the grade on this one. This is Omega Men number 3. Right. The first appearance of Lobo. It's from June of 1983. When I picked it up, the guy I picked it up from said it was a good grade. It looked in really good shape. So I didn't really need any cleaning. There's not a lot of white on this anyway, or even on the back. It has a Tron commercial, have a lot of yellow. But it looked really clean. And, I pressed it, and then, because of the way my experience in the past, I asked the CGC to press it as well, and we got a 9.8 now, which I'm really happy with. Okay, that's one. Now, the next one is the one that I'm not really happy with, and I just pulled up the graders' notes, and we'll take a look at them and see what they say. One of the great events over the last few years has to do with the Batman Who Laughs, and that entire string of comic books, of which I have them all, and have a few variant covers as well. So taking a look at the value of the different ones, I saw that the variant cover of Teen Titans number 12, which was the first appearance of the Batman Who Laughs, at a 9.8 especially, would have some value. So I looked at mine, I pressed it, again, it was super clean because I didn't even read this one. Again, I had CGC press it, but it came back, and I think this is just wrong. First full appearance of Batman Who Laughs, Teen Titans number 12 from November of 2017. A 9.0 CGC, really? So I took a look at the greatest notes, which I'll put down over here, and the greatest notes say light spine stress and lines to the cover. So I'm looking at the spine stress, and I guess I can see a little bit of that there, right? And it says lines in the cover, and I'm looking at it in the light here. And, I don't know. I don't see any lines to the cover. I do see a little bit of waviness, which really shouldn't be there with my pressing it and they're pressing it. But still, even with that, light spine stress and lines to the cover. 9.0? I don't know. I think somebody's having a bad day there with this. So I'm not real happy with this grade. I don't know. What can I say? All right. So those are the first two, Teen Titans and Omega Men. Now, the next one, I'm a Booster Gold fan, right? So I actually have a couple of copies of Booster Gold number 1 from 1986. And Dan Jurgens was doing a signing down at the CGC. So I said, okay, I'm going to get him to sign one of my copies. And I decided to do a Matt Woods. I had one of them that already had been graded, and it had been graded as a 9.6. So I sent it down there and asked CGC to press it as well, because I found out whenever you have the signing, you can have a pristine copy, and when it comes back, because of the handling, it'll say things like, this and that and something wrong. So I always have CGC press it if it's going for a signing. So I sent it out hoping for a grade bump, as Matt Woods always gets, but I didn't. So it came back the same grade, 9.6. Nice signature here by Dan Jurgens in gold, booster gold. So I kind of like that, right? Okay. So he put it in a pretty decent spot. And maybe I would have put it over here down at the bottom, but it's cool because it kind of matches the booster gold trade up here. So this is Booster Gold, signed by Dan Jurgens. First appearance of Booster Gold, Skeets, and Blackguard, which is this evildoer here. So Booster Gold number 1, the 9.6. So I guess that's the best this could be. No, there were no greatest notes on it. They don't usually put it down if it's a 9.6 or a 9.4. Though I think they should. Because sometimes you get a 9.6 on something you send in and you think is really, really good, and you can't find anything wrong with it. That was that Boyd's number 1 that I had. And you're saying, what the heck's going on? Why is it a 9.6? Tell me the reason why. Maybe it's something I can fix. And maybe, in terms of the value, it could make a difference. There's a big fall from a 9.8 to a 9.6. But, they don't do it. And the last one, I have been slowly looking and trying to send in, to find ones that from the comics I'm going to keep to send in. I have a lot of really old comic books that would really increase in value. Again, accidental speculator, if they were graded, even at a low grade. But I think I would go broke if I would send them all in. So I look for one here and there. Now, as you guys know, I'm a big Batgirl fan. And I have shown this particular comic book in the Raw, both on the Comics I'm Gonna Let Me Keep episode, and also on the 10-1-1 with Gary B, the first one that I was on. So I decided to send it in, worked on it a little bit myself, and then again asked CGC to work on it to see what I can get. And this is Detective Comics number 359, the first appearance of Batgirl, and it came back a 6.5. So when I first saw this, I was pretty happy with the grade because I thought it was always in good shape. I thought it was a good comic book, right? In good shape. And with the work on it, it was even better. I know that there's a bunch of spine ticks here that break the color and so forth. So, and there's a crease here as well. So I was pretty happy with it. But then I read the grader's notes. I said, what? And the greatest notes say the following. Let me read them, put them down here for you to read them. Get a nice picture. It's kind of tough. There you go. So it says, light finger bends on cover. Light finger bends with the press? I don't see any light finger bends. Light staining to the cover. So I kind of tried to look for the staining on this because there wasn't too much. There's a little bit of white down here and up here, and down here that you can work on. But they look pretty good to me. Maybe up here, Then it said moderate creasing to cover, which I can understand, and moderate spine stress lines to cover, which I can understand. But like finger bends and light staining, so I'm saying, geez, maybe it could have been a 7, which would have been really, really great. But 6.5, I'm not going to do anything else with this. I think this is great. So, just to go over them again real quick, we have Detective Comics 359 from the Comics My Mom Let Me Keep, 6.5. This is from January of 1967. We have Booster Gold number 1, signed by Dan Jurgens. It went in as a 9.6 graded, came back home as a 9.6 graded, so that's okay. The one that bothers me the most, Teen Titans number 12 from November of 2017, the first appearance of the Batman Who Laughs. 9.0? I don't think so. I don't think so, CGC. And the last one, good result, Omega Men number 3, the first appearance of Lobo, which I bought from somebody online for a really good price. Sent it in, 9.8. So, not awful. A little bit of a disappointment here and there, but all in all, pretty good. Thanks for watching, guys. Be well, and I'll see you soon.